This is One-on-One. Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. It is my honor, my pleasure, right here at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. This is One-on-One, to introduce, back by popular demand, Christian McBride, bassist, composer, arranger, educator, all around very talented guy. I got to tell you something. Because I'm a big fan of Twitter. I follow you on Twitter. Right before I came in here, because you were with us last year, I was saying, I wonder what's up with Christian before he came out.
Yeah.
What did you just tweet before you came out?
You know, it's been one of those days. I was having a little salad in the dressing room before, and a tomato just splat right all over me.
Is that why you don't have a jacket?
That's why I'm jacketless.
See the things you find out on social media?
Exactly.
By the way, let's get into this. We'll talk about your CD and everything else coming up. And by the way, connect yourself to this place, NJPAC. What's your connection?
Well, for the last 2 years now, I was named Artistic Advisor of Jazz Programming here at NJPAC, and also the Artistic Director of the TD James Moody Democracy of Jazz Festival. And it's just been a thrill to be involved with NJPAC. It's such a great organization.
It's a great place.
Yes, it is.
Now let's talk social media.
Okay.
How important has social media been to you, for you, to have folks not just follow you, but to interact and communicate with those who care about what you do and why you do it?
It's got to be the most powerful tool in American culture right now. I mean, social media as a whole could arguably be more powerful than mainstream media, because all you have to do is tweet something or put something on Facebook.
Something more significant than tomato, right?
Because it depends. You never know what people are affected by.
But all serious stuff gets tweeted.
Yes.
Serious stuff about music, about culture.
That's right.
We're taping this right a few days after a very historic and very painful, controversial. It's not even controversial because it's so clear cut. And for so many of us, the decision in Staten Island not to indict the police officer in the case involving Eric Garner. Social media plays a role in bringing people together, does it not?
Indeed, absolutely. The way that people have come together, have bonded, and are even in many ways healing each other through social media. It's really something to see.
Tied to music too?
Yes,
How
absolutely. So? Well, you know, there have been famous leaks, you know, where new CDs that aren't officially available yet can end up on someone's social media page, or the most obvious things, you know, telling people where you're performing and things like that. And you get to really hear directly from your fans and things like that. You hear you start to get a sense of what they're really listening to and what they're paying attention to.
Your background. I was thinking about this, and I asked you about this last time you were here, but I want you to explain to folks again. You got the jazz background. You played with Sonny Rollins, Pat Metheny, McCoy Tyner. You got the R&B background, Chaka Khan, James Brown, Natalie Cole. What's the matter, you can't play with anybody big? And then on the pop side, Sting, Carly Simon. While you are recognized clearly as a jazz giant, you keep crossing over because?
You know, it's I think it's a great thing to be able to say you are a musician. I mean, we all have a particular thing that is our natural musical habitat, so to speak.
Jazz.
Jazz, for me. Well, actually, I always tell people that R&B and soul music is actually my bone marrow.
Is that right?
I had to learn how to play jazz. I didn't really have to learn how to play R&B and soul, because that's kind of like, you know, that was like, for breakfast, I would, you know, have my cereal and then like a James Brown on Earth, Wind and Fire record before I went to school. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of like what my upbringing was. But then I fell in love with jazz, and that's what I've always done. But to be able to speak all of these different musical languages, I would think that any musician who really considers themselves to be a true musician, you have to learn all of these different dialects, all these musical languages and styles. Just from a cultural standpoint, it means a lot as a musician to learn all of these different styles, but also in a very pragmatic way, you work more.
You got more options.
You got more options.
Bring it back to jazz, though. Bring it back to the TD James Moody. By the way, for those who don't know who James Moody,
Yes.
what James Moody stands for and why he's so significant. Go ahead.
Well, James Moody spent many of his formative years here in Newark, New Jersey, and was one of the great bebop giants. He and Dizzy Gillespie walked arm in arm for many, many years, just kind of redefining American music. And James Moody, not only being such a great musician, he was just the most wonderful man. Everybody loved him. He was the consummate showman, you know what I mean? And that's a balance that you don't find too often anymore these days. You know, there's like the serious musician, and then there's the showman. But James Moody was both. And to name this festival in his honor was sort of a no-brainer. He had to do it.
Now, the festival takes place in November.
Yes.
We're taping this in December.
Yes.
Obviously, that was the fourth?
Third.
The third.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How has it grown, and what do you expect from it moving forward?
Well, it's certainly, this year was absolutely fantastic. We had so many wonderful musicians come. Fantasia came, Chris Bodie was here, Keith Jarrett was here with his legendary trio. My big band performed, and it's just been a fantastic, it's been great to see this thing build over the last couple of years. People are now really starting to recognize, I think musicians inside the jazz world have always known how important Newark has been to jazz history. But now people outside of Newark are really starting to focus on what a cultural hotbed this city is.
So it's interesting. People say Newark jazz, and you think Sarah Vaughan right away.
Right.
But it's more than that.
Oh, goodness. There's Wayne Shorter, there's Woody Shaw, there's Larry Young, there's so many, Hank Mobley, there's so many people that came from this great city. And you think about all of these legendary clubs that no longer exist, like the Front Room and places like that. But I don't, coming back is such an overused phrase, but again, I really do get the sense that Newark is no longer kind of like the little sister to New York City.
You don't feel
it's
that?
Newark.
It's got its own brand.
Yes,
its own
absolutely.
energy.
Yes.
And that festival, the TD James Moody Democracy
of Jazz
Festival,
it
embodies
captures that. That's correct. Yeah.
And by the way, I want to thank the folks at TD for making that possible, together with everyone here at NJPAC. What's coming up for 2015 for you?
2015, I will be on the road mostly with my trio.
Who's in the trio?
Christian Sands on piano and Ulysses Owens Jr. on drums. And I'm also going to be doing some teaching with William Patterson. And I will continue to work with my wife, the great Melissa Walker, at Jazz House Kids, helping to nurture these young musicians of northern New Jersey.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that program.
Thank you.
And what set up what you're going to be performing for us?
Well, I'm here with my buddy, the wonderful pianist Oscar Perez, and we're going to play a little Thelonious Monk.
What? Wait, back up. Say that again.
We're going to, which part?
The Thelonious Monk part.
Yeah. We're going to play some Thelonious Monk.
Now, for those who don't appreciate or understand the significance of who Thelonious Monk was.
Oh, goodness. Well, everything I just said about James Moody, you could probably amplify that in terms of just his worldwide impact.
Wow.
There only have been a handful of people in the history of jazz who, even if you know nothing about jazz, you most likely know their music, whether you know you do or not, and Thelonious Monk would be one of those people.
And also one of the greatest, coolest,
Yes.
best names of all time, Thelonious Monk.
That's right.
That's his born name.
It's his born name. And his
Okay.
son, Thelonious Monk Jr., is right here in Jersey.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? I'm going to set you up.
All right.
You're going to go over there. And by the way, set up who you playing with again?
Yes, Oscar Perez.
Oscar, good seeing you again, buddy. Kristen's going to play us out to the break, and it's going to be terrific. Kristen McBride, you are good.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJ PAC has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. And by the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, in cooperation with NJTV, and 13 for WNET. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJ PAC has been provided by Prudential Financial's Global Communications Department, TD Bank, the New Jersey Education Association, Cohn Resnick, the Fidelco Group, NJ Best, and by Josh S. Weston. Promotional support provided by NJ.com, Small News, Big News, True Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.
When you work at a public school, you're a part of the community. So when Superstorm Sandy hit, the school employees jumped right in to help. The middle school here served as a refuge for people who were forced from their homes. We all pitched in to help. Custodians, cafeteria workers, teacher aides, mechanics, groundskeepers, all pitching in to help out. School employees are part of a team, whether it's to help educate our children or to recover from a terrible tragedy. That's why I'm so proud to be a member of the NJEA.